Today we want to talk to you about textbook brokers and where we think they should go in the future. They strive to be the best textbook option. Through programs such as Rent Now, Pay Later, and Rental Plus, they have the convenience any customer would want. Along with the cheapest books you can find, guaranteed, there's no better place to shop. They feel that by keeping the cost low on textbooks, that more students will be able to better afford to continue their education. As they grow more and more each year, they do their best to contribute to the communities and universities in their 100-plus locations, both on and off campus around the United States.
Go!
My name is Layla Hood, and I'm going to be talking to you today about textbook brokers' strengths. One of them is brand recognition, so 95% of students get at least some of their textbooks from textbook brokers. Customer service, they have friendly smiles, they actively seek out customers in the store, and when appropriate, they follow up with customers with a phone call. Rent Now, Pay Later. Pretty self-explanatory. You can rent your books now, you can pay later. They're low prices compared to other online stores. They have low prices. They're convenience ordering. You can order online and pick up in the store later. Another strength is their athletic partnerships. They are diversified in selling apparel as well as textbooks.
Hi, my name is Donovan Coble, and I'm going to be talking to you guys about weaknesses of textbook brokers. The first and main weakness of textbook brokers currently is that they have off-site locations instead of on campus. Off-site locations makes them less convenient to get to. Some students don't know that they're there, especially if they're freshmen and they're new to the area and new to the school. The second weakness is that they're not connected with school systems. So instead of being directly connected in a true partnership with the school online, they're currently only connected if you go onto a textbook broker's website. We can make that more convenient. The current return policy for textbook brokers is fairly weak. Right now, a student has to buy a book. By the time the class starts and they get a good feel for the class and whether or not they want to keep or drop it, they can end up stuck with a textbook that they bought in a class that they later dropped. Limited inventory. There's been multiple times when myself and other students have gone into textbook brokers and they've been out of a specific book or a specific version of a book. And lastly, the wait time when you go into textbook brokers can be quite long. Sometimes waiting up to 30 minutes in line just to get your textbooks.
What is the most resilient parasite? A bacteria? A virus? An intestinal worm?
What Mr. Cobb is trying to say.
An idea. Resilient, highly contagious. Once an idea has taken hold of the brain, it's almost impossible to eradicate. An idea that is fully formed, fully understood, that sticks. Right in there.
All right, my name is Eric, and we're going to talk about the opportunities textbook brokers. 80% of the students indicated they prefer a physical book, and that is very important for textbook brokers because they can zone in on that and offer more physical books to students versus the e-books, because a lot of people don't prefer those. 47% of students are in the health sciences. So I think textbook brokers should focus more on students, market more to students in the health sciences, cater more to them because they're like 50% of their business. 78% of their customers are females. So textbook brokers should definitely cater more to the females, take care of them, make sure they have a section for females dedicated to them, since that's 78% of their customers, and not neglect that. Another opportunity is winning a bid to get on campus, a campus location. That's definitely a huge opportunity because they'll have the opportunity to get with most of the students. And then the last is reduce non-textbook inventory and increase textbook inventory. The reason they should do this, especially on Greenland, is because it's going to give them the opportunity to house more books than having a bunch of clothes and stuff. That way you don't run out of books. So that's all the opportunity.
David and Goliath here. It's unbelievable the condition of both men, but the Russian champion.
I must break you.
Oh, Ima! Ivan Dragova!
Oh, hey there. So let's talk about the threats. So some of the threats that Textbook Brokers is facing right now is the ebooks and like technology with tablets and Kindles and all things of that sort, which make it more convenient for students to like carry around, because with hardback textbooks, it makes like, you know, the backpack's a little heavier and they don't want to like go through all that trouble. And then another threat that they could be facing is the instructors sometimes don't require a textbook for the whole semester, which, like, you know, takes their whole customer base away from like buying textbooks. And then some of the threats also lie with their competitors like Chegg, Amazon, and the Phillips Bookstore, which is this is their biggest competitor though, the Phillips Bookstore, because it's contracted with eFollett, and that's a contract that they're trying to get right now. But about 37% of students agree that they don't use their textbooks on a regular basis, which can like decrease sales due to, you know, they're not using it on a regular basis, obviously. So 70% of students also said that the textbooks that they buy and the materials were never used throughout the semester. So, you know, with these past experiences, it could also have a negative effect or impact on Textbook Brokers with their sales. And this issue has also been, you know, had an 8% increase since fall 2016. And we could possibly see this even rise even more with, once again, like, you know, instructors, for example, not requiring textbook for classes, or their competitors like offering the same books for a lower price. But yeah, and that's concludes the whole threats for Textbook Brokers. Currently, Textbook Brokers has a cost leadership strategy. They maintain this by having a competitive advantage with excellent customer service and everyday low prices. Textbook Brokers should expand the time frame regarding the return policy in order to provide a more sense of comfort to the customers, due to the fact that sometimes some professors don't reference the textbook until the second or third week or so of the semester, or at times not at all. With such a short window for them to be able to return their books and get a full refund, it tends to drive away customers to other vendors with more flexibility. And this is due to the current pressure of having to rush to conclusions of whether or not the textbook may be used throughout the semester, even if it may say that it is required in the class syllabus. Giving students more time to distinguish the professor's intentions will definitely allow loyalty to further develop and drive more students to buy or rent textbooks at local textbook brokers, or maybe even soon to come on-campus locations here at MTSU.
We would like to create a true partnership between MTSU and Textbook Brokers, a system that stresses convenience and customer service. Students are currently hesitant to buy books. They don't always need them, teachers don't always require them, and sometimes different versions of the books are needed. We want to create a system that allows you to immediately purchase your books on the Confirm registration page of Pipeline. This system would connect MTSU and Textbook Brokers to automatically cart the books required for classes in which the student is registering for. This would encourage more students to buy right away. This would give them immediate reassurance that they are buying the correct textbook. It also makes it faster and more convenient than looking at every text required on each syllabus for classes taken. In addition to the Purchase Now option, we want students to be able to inform Textbook Brokers when they will be there to pick up their books. This would allow for Textbook Brokers employees to gather and have all books ready in a bag labeled with the student's name. This would virtually eliminate the in-store wait time. If these systems were put in place, more students would be more likely to purchase books they would have otherwise passed on.